Captain Rambo?
What the hell are you doing?
Entering the jump point perimeter. I'm gonna get you some readings, Fury. Hello?
Monica.
Hello?
Captain Rambo?
Is this an Avengers test?
Where's Captain Rambo?
What the? Hi.
We're looking for Kamala Khan.
Okay, so our powers are entangled. I can manipulate light energy. And you,
I could totally show you.
I'm not again.
hi,
Where's our daughter?
wherever you were.
Shields up!
We're a team.
Oh, no, we're not a team.
We're not a team.
You know, I remember once upon a time when trailers would come out and you'd actually be looking forward to watching a movie. You know, I remember back in the day, like you get a trailer for Iron Man and you're like, damn, I can't wait. Or the trailer for Thor and you're like, wow, I can't wait. This is like 2000 and I don't want to date myself, but like early 2010s. I don't know when the first Iron Man came out. For some reason, I'm thinking 2007, but like back then, you get these trailers and you want to watch it. When I see the Marvels, I don't really want to watch it. When Captain Marvel came out, the first one, I was like, yeah, I wanted to watch it. You know what I mean? Because she was supposed to be this superhero with all these powers who does these all amazing things. And it was Brie Larson. And you're like, there's a hope, you know. But now we're just at a point whereby Marvel has given us a lot of movies to the point of it's too much. You know, too much of anything can make you sick. But as well, like it's appreciated. You know, I was happy because growing up, I used to watch a lot of Marvel cartoons. So when those were started being turned into movies, it was something fascinating to see. You know, things like the X-Men, things like um, Spider-Man, all that stuff. Like you wanted to watch it because I was that generation. But now I understand there's new generations, and that's when things like this start to pop up. And for comic book readers, I'm assuming as well, you know, when these things start to pop up, they appreciate it more than me, you know, or you. One thing that I know and that I've noticed in this trailer is Hollywood has a big problem. You know, when I'm working on becoming a film director, and one thing one director once said to me was, you cannot have a political agenda when you're telling a story because it takes you away from the story. The idea is you constantly want to be committed to the story that you're telling. That way, the story dictates what you write and then what you create. At this point in time, we have a simple problem whereby politics has taken over what we're watching. And it's not just politics, because obviously you argue this has been happening over time. But what used to happen back in the day was writers or filmmakers they didn't have an agenda, but they had a perspective that they wanted to push, which then could be used as propaganda, right? So let's say your views are we should be more conservative. You then create a film that shows the beauty of conservatism, and then that can be used as a tool for propaganda. But what we're doing now is people are shaping the world and have this desire to influence, which takes us away from reality, the reality of the planet that we live on. You know, how when we're growing up, you know, like when we're growing up, we go through these phases was very different, often similar, because we all go through the same phases of life. We all go through puberty. We all go through, your first high school crush, your first school crush, your first this. It's something that's shared. And a long time, what has happened is stories have been told from the male perspective, in the sense of a lot of men relate, and women could relate too because they were part of it. So when you're watching a movie about boy meets girl, you see it from boy's perspective, and from girl's perspective, it was more overblown in the sense of this is just how men perceived what was going on. So when we started to say, oh, there's a need for equality, there should be more female writers, that was welcome because it gave you the opportunity to tell the story from the girl side of girl meets boy. And in order for us to have a full story, it would mainly work when both parties work together to create a story. But the challenge with that is the experience of boy meets girl is different from girl meets boy. So it's hard to then, because those things clash, right? Because we're all looking at it from different perspectives, from different lenses. To come back to the point of when we're looking at movies like the Marvels, what they're trying to achieve and what they're trying to do, which is to show that we're now in the girl boss era. We are now in this phase where women are perfect. They can do anything men can do times 10. The truth is that is not just real. That's not realistic. That is not the truth. That's just not how the world works. What we are at is at a point whereby it's very difficult to speak out against women. It's very difficult to speak out in a way that's not misogynistic, in a way, because in any way, when you say, no, that's not true, you become misogynistic, you become Andrew Tate, you become labeled, which is a problem. Because now what people are perpetuating as truth is false. It's fake. This movie is not real. It does not depict reality. You know what I mean? It doesn't depict reality. Captain Marvel doesn't depict reality. She doesn't connect with anybody because what she does is not real. Now, if we say, okay, she's the thing that most people want to grow up into being. Like, how many girls want to grow up, become cold-hearted, cold, no emotion, girl bosses? Like, that's what you want. That's your desire. How many and how pleasant are those people? Would you want to hang around with Captain Marvel on a day-to-day? Like, would you want to be friends with such a person? Is a valid question. So in our fight for equality, I think that something is being lost in translation to what we see on the big screen. We are not looking for flawless women because women are flawed in reality. That's what makes it realistic. Show us Captain Marvel with the period. Show us Captain Marvel going through emotions. Show us Captain Marvel suffering a miscarriage, what that is like, and having to be a hero. Show us that. Those things do not diminish a woman. They make them real. And they make us connect at a level that we do not they do not make women weak. Just because somebody gets a period doesn't make them a weak person. It makes them real. We go to work with these people. We're in school with these people. We don't know the experience that they go through. When, for example, you have a period but you have an exam, what's that experience like? Show me that, and then be a superhero. I cannot tell that story as a man because I do not know and do not want to know what it's like to experience a period pain whilst having an exam. Like, I don't think that's just something that's fun. But then when you put in front of me that an ideal woman is Captain Marvel, how am I going to perceive the girl right in front of me? I would think she's equal to me, or if not stronger. She has no weaknesses. And that's the influence that Marvel is pushing with this. Now, when this movie comes up, will I watch it? Maybe. I mean, Marvel always makes good cinematic looking movies, but the social context of the movies is just bad. So now we're just at a phase in time where we have to really start questioning the motive and what the impact is. Because this movie shows me people with no weakness. We're in the girl boss era. Hey, good for you. But let's be realistic. Let's be true. Girl bosses, the real bosses, female bosses, billionaires, whatever, they go through phases of weakness. And that's valid. That's what makes them human. And people can relate to that. We support them. We love them. We are there for them. But the moment you start to put them out as these superheroes that have no flaws, no weaknesses, we have a problem.